Hello YouTube, Marielle here. Today I would like to talk about something that happened a few years back, and this ties in as well with one of the videos of Daylight Out of Darkness, in which she explains how a narcissistic partner can instill within the child insecurities and fear about towards the caring parent, and this is how this happened. And when I saw it, I was confused, I was hurt, I had a rush of so many emotions that, you know, just still did not lead me to comprehend how powerful that what I was witnessing was, and to my detriment it was. And I did not see it as a potential, as a red flag. I didn't even know what red flags were. And this is what happened. One day my kids came back from tutoring school, and their father went to pick them up. And they came into the house, so as usual, you know, I just helped them unpack and talk to them and send them on their way to do the different things that they were supposed to do. So everybody was calm, everybody was happy, you know, just the usual. There was nothing unusual about that evening when they came back from their tutoring classes. And then after a while I noticed that I couldn't hear any noises because they were still small. I think we're talking here, my daughter was about 9, could be 9, could be 10, I'm not too sure. And there was just the usual noise because I went into my bedroom and I was doing something. I was either in my bedroom or I was doing something. But you know, as a parent, usually, you know, your ears are attuned to what's going on. You keep an eye on what's happening, and depending on the different noises that, you know, happen around there, running around and whatever they're doing, you know what they're doing, especially if you have a routine and you know what they're supposed to be at. So any strange noises kind of, you know, your spidey sense kind of goes off, and you're thinking, they're probably not doing what they're supposed to. You know, you kind of get attuned with to them through the noises they produce around the house. And that evening there was just silence, and I thought that was strange. So I went out looking for them, and there was nobody, not my husband, not the children. So, and I didn't call out, so I just went and opened the bathroom door, and I saw my husband kneeling behind my daughter, and he was dabbing very, very carefully at my daughter's butt cheek. He was dabbing. He had a piece of cotton and he was dabbing, and my daughter was you know, she was wincing, and she was, you know, she was hurting. And I thought, what happened? What's wrong? And then she told me that she had an accident at the school, and that her brother pushed her and she fell on the window, and when she fell on the window, she basically sliced her butt cheek. To this day, when I remember that, And now that I understand, it's even hard. It's even harder. So many questions when I saw that, so many questions, so many emotions, so many things just rushed through me. It was like, but you came in, you didn't say anything. Why? And you have to understand as well that, you know, I'm somebody, if there's a problem, I need to address it right there and then. When I can see there is a problem that needs to be fixed. So it was a case of something had to be done. So I had all of those thoughts in my head, you know, rushing through, and emotions, and I was hurt, and I was confused, and I was ashamed, and I was and at the same time it's a case of something had to be done, and I you know, I told my husband, come on, let me take a look. So, you know, obviously I'm not going to go and get upset with him. So I said, let me take a look. And literally, the cut was so deep. The cut was very, very deep. You could see the white of whether it's the flesh or the fat of the muscles, and it was very deep. It was a very nasty cut. And my husband, this is somebody who plays rugby, who knows the differences between the different depth and the seriousness of cuts. This is somebody who's within his sport. He knows what, you know, when people require stitches and those things. And anyway, and I said to him, come on, just take her to the emergencies. Just take her to the emergencies. Because at the same time as well, I was angry. And I just said, just take her to the emergencies. So off they went. But this is what was happening in my head when that, you know, when I stumbled across that scene. I was surprised. I don't know whether surprise here. I was astonished because I could not understand why the kids would come in and not tell me. Because usually when they're hurt, that's the first thing they do, right? And second, you have to understand that the whole time that from when they came in to get ready and do all those sorts of things until I left to go into my bedroom, there was a substantial amount of time, which means that my daughter was hurting and she was holding on. She was saying nothing. She was saying nothing. She was talking and she was saying nothing. Third, my husband didn't say anything. You understand how that, can you understand how this had made me feel? And when I saw them, I felt ashamed because I felt like, oh my God, I must be so bad. I must be so terrible that the three of them decided not to let me know because they thought maybe I was going to be mad, upset, or lose it. Why would they think that? What did I do? Oh my God, I must be so bad. I must be such a strict person. I must be such a really, really bad mom. So I really felt ashamed, and even more ashamed that my husband would actually, you know, want to protect the children that way from me. So all around, I felt horrendous, and at the same time, my heart was, I was crying inside because that's my baby girl, that's my child. Oh, she was hurting and she didn't come to me. She was hurting and she hold it all inside. She didn't come to me. And she preferred her dad. It's not even the case that she preferred her dad, but it's a case of she's hurting. This is... ugh. So I was so confused. I really, in that moment when I saw that, so many emotions, and that's why, you know, when I saw just how bad the cut was, you know, I did not have the strength, or I just did not feel like, you know, I should go with them. So I just said to him, you know, just take her to the emergencies. But what I realize now, like I said, the point of the story is, what I realize now, that was one of the ways. That was one of the ways he made the kids afraid of me. How he instilled within the kids a sense of how he amplified you know, tiny little feelings like, you know, oh, we better not tell mom because, you know, she's gonna be, you know, because my son pushed her. And I found out much later that he had told both of them not to say anything to me so that I don't get upset with my son. So it's a tiny little thing. I mean, I'm sure you understand that in circumstances like that, usually the first thing you do is take care of what needs to be taken care of and making sure everybody's okay and reassure everybody. And then after that, you know, you go and you address the problem with the, you know, I would have addressed then the problem after and say to my son, listen, you have to be careful, and it would not have been a big deal. I mean, what would have been the point? But the children don't know that. So he took that and he amplified it, making it come across as if, you know, don't tell mommy, so that, you know, because otherwise she's gonna get mad at your brother, so don't say anything. And then that's how we put the seeds for the children not to trust me. And really, that's one of the way he broke the bonds of the children between me, because like daylight out of like sunlight out of daylight, or daylight out of, you know what I'm saying. One of the things she talks about is you end up having the kids, you know, behaving in so many different ways that ranges between being fearful, you know, of you, not trusting you, not being at ease with you, to being completely having a really haughty attitude towards you. It just flip-flops. And my daughter, she displays all of those symptoms and so much more. She went from being this vivacious child to, you know, and being quite fearless, to actually being she did say she had anxiety. She did say that, you know, she was not comfortable with me. She did mention how you know, I did notice she jumps all the time, you know, noises, and she really just doesn't trust me anymore at all. But this is, you know, something for another video. But oh gosh, He was so good, and the way he did every single one of those things right under my nose, and I just did not know. And it truly, truly has killed my relationship. And I'm not saying maybe, no, he has killed my relationship with the children. Anyway, I can't say much more than that.